So I'm here with Avnish Hanani, who's a senior data analyst at M&C, and I'll be asking him a few questions about his job role in the marketing industry. So as I always do, Avnish, I want to ask you the first question, which is, how have you got to where you are today?
So, funny story. I left university 2 years ago, and I sort of wanted to get my foot in the door as soon as possible without sort of waiting around for the job markets or job descriptions to come to me. And the knowledge I had in my master's degree was pretty fresh in my mind, so I didn't really want to wait around. And I was eager to apply all the stuff I learned in my master's degree in the real world. I even attended the Creative Data Academy in 2019. And it was an honor to be one of the 30 selected across the country. So after my master's degree, I applied for a 2-year graduate scheme as a data analyst consultant with Sparta Global, who are a tech consultancy who provided services in sort of software development, data engineering, business development, so on. They gave me 8 weeks of free training before I completed placements with the NHS Improvement and Home Office. And having picked up these skills, I actually toyed with the idea of doing a PhD in marketing. But then I got called over for this job at M&C Saatchi as a senior data analyst, one of the largest advertising and communication agencies in the world. So I couldn't turn it down. I got through both interview stages with flying colors, and now I'm learning through an extensive and expansive MarTech stack, doing data analysis at a senior level.
Okay, so the next one brings me to what made you pick the marketing industry?
So marketing is something that sort of always clicked with me. Initially, I wanted to go down the route of doing accountancy, but since I wasn't getting anywhere with that, I left the accountancy route and then started working my way up through the academic ladder, doing an undergraduate BA honours degree in business and marketing management from Oxford Brookes University, followed by a master's in digital marketing and analytics from Kent University, and also completing a level 6 diploma in professional marketing from the Chartered Institute of Marketing. The thirst for knowledge in marketing and the thirst for learning has always been there for me. It's something I've always resonated with. I investigated it as a career once I finished. Just before I got into a master's degree, I contemplated it as a career. And part of me thinks it's because of my level of critical thinking, numeracy, and the changing landscape, which I'm easily able to adapt to, which made it all the more interesting when I tried to apply for roles. And it was something that I was struggling with earlier on as I was working up my way through the academic ladder, where I couldn't get any roles because of my lack of experience. And I think working my way up, learning all these different techniques and technologies has really helped me to bolster my chances of getting into a marketing career like I am now.
Okay, nice. So in your role, what motivates you to go into work every day?
So at the moment, I'm working as part of a massive project, as in I'm doing a mini project within a massive project. Yeah. And the idea of working like this brings up the competitive and problem solving side in me. Mm-hmm. Also, the contributions that I make to the team, whether it be small or big, is appreciated in my line of work, which makes it all worth it in the end. And also the fast changing nature of the industry that I'm working in allows me to step outside of my comfort zone, step out of the box, and think more creatively rather than thinking monotonously. Mm-hmm. And I feel that as a data analyst in the marketing world, it's measuring success and how I do in my day-to-day role is quite important for me, knowing that I can put others' actions and ideas into meaningful statistics so that I can be someone else's perception of change. And I think that's really powerful.
Okay, cool. So I'm sure every day is different for you in work, but what does a day in your role typically look like?
So at the moment, I've only been in this role for less than a month, but in that time period, I've done so much already, mostly getting settled into the role, meetings. I can give a very brief day-to-day rundown of what I usually do. So my primary role as senior data analyst is sort of taking raw data from strategists, from leaders, and making sure that I take that data, put it into a meaningful scenario, or putting it into meaningful words, taking that data back to the strategists, and it's sort of like a cycle. So anytime there's any advertising stints or campaigns which these strategists have to develop, it's my job to tell them what works and what doesn't work. So I'm also in charge of managing data from a variety of technologies, from a diverse and complex technology stack, which include Mintel, Intent HQ, Power BI, Tableau, Excel, and so many more. I also use these technologies to scrape, wrangle, and analyze data, which is then put into a report format and then reported back to senior managers and directors. So you can say that my role has both seniority and massive responsibility, which is something I've been looking for a while.
Okay, cool. So I know you said that you've only been in the role for a month now, but would you say you're comfortable in your role, or do you have other career aspirations?
So the previous role I was in as a consultant at a consultant level was a stepping stone for me to get the role I've got right now. Whatever skills and experience I built up at a consultancy level helped me to get the senior role I'm in right now. And I would say it's taken about 4 or 5 years of hard work, of struggling, of hard work to get where I am now, and trying to get. And this role couldn't have come at a better time, because I'm now considering going on the property ladder, trying to get better control of my personal finances and personal life. And this role has sort of opened avenues for me to do all that. And as for moving on in the role, time will only tell how it works out for me. At the moment, it's going absolutely fantastically. Several people at the organization I'm at, so M&C, they've already been awarded promotions for the fantastic work. So I'd say the sky is limitless for me. There is no ceiling. I can go as high as I want.
Yes, definitely. That's good to hear. So would you say your role is as you expected it to be when you first started?
Well, as a data analyst, there is no set expectation for something for a day-to-day role. There's no skill set that stays constant. As I said before, marketing and data, the two things, when they work together, it changes really quickly. So it's not like I will be set in stone doing things one way. It'll sort of flip-flop between different concepts, different technologies. I want to add as well that doing upskilling, quite valuable advice that someone gave me a long time ago, is so valuable, especially in the industries I'm working for. Digital techniques and ideas have come a long way, and a lot of technologies have become obsolete, and a lot of new technologies are coming up. So having the ability to switch between technologies in your day-to-day role, especially as a data analyst and working in the marketing industry, is so important as well. I'd also say my primary skill set used to be in data visualization, but now I've expanded into a lot more responsibilities, which don't just include creating graphs, creating charts. It also includes managing data and making sure I make that positive impact in the organization and for the people that I'm working for.
Okay, cool. So in your professional career, what would you say was the biggest challenge that you had to overcome?
So thankfully, I didn't have any massive problems at work. As a data analyst, I feel that you're expected to have a level head in times of stress, and when the work piles up, you're supposed to have sort of a clear mind. You're not supposed to panic. But when these issues do come up, you need to have a support network. And I think that's very important, because having the correct support network means you can get on with your day-to-day responsibilities without derailing from your primary sort of roles and responsibilities. Most of the people I've worked with over the last 2-3 years have become close friends. I still keep in contact with them in case I need any help or any help networking with other people. I think also to sustain this balance between work and social life, I had to give up quite a bit. That's not to say that you have to completely give up your social life and your sort of personal life, everything you do in your personal life. But it's just, before I became a data analyst, I was very regular in going to sort of music classes. I've been a drummer for 12 years now. So when the opportunities came to play at events, I sometimes had to turn them down, purely because I wanted to further my career. I wanted to make sure that anything I'm doing to further my career is going to help me in the long run. And now that I'm in this stable job at a senior level, I feel that now I can get back to doing the things I sort of missed out on. But I feel that knowing that you're making a positive impact in a company which is so creative and so strategically focused, like M&C Saatchi, doing that work makes it all worth it to just give up what you need to give up. And because I love to do it, there's no issue in that.
Okay, good. So the final question I'm going to ask you is, do you feel like you're making a change in your role?
Absolutely. Coming back to what I said before, marketing and sort of the world of data, it's very, very fast changing. Making an impact sometimes can be difficult, especially with the ever-changing landscape. But so far in the role, the skills I've picked up before coming into this role have really helped me to open up, get out of the sort of monotony of doing things one way, thinking outside the box, thinking creatively. I feel that those are all important qualities and attitudes to have, especially when you're working in an industry like marketing, which is both creative and unique, where you need a sense of critical thinking, a sense of putting yourself in the customer's shoes. And I feel that that's the whole reason I've resonated so well with marketing and sort of data. It's, if you put yourself in the customer's shoes, you'll realize exactly what you need to do to achieve business objectives, mission objectives, and really just provide that level of positivity in the company.
Okay, perfect, Avnish. Thank you so much for doing this. That was the last question. It was a great way of summing up your role, and we'll leave it there for today. Thank you.